Bruyne has come around. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
I'm alive. Well, sorry, it's a bit too loud. I don't want to shout. I'm alive. Welcome back for another deadline stream. Is my mic too loud or is that okay? It looks like it's really loud in OBS, but hopefully it's not. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me okay. Welcome back for another deadline stream. Gameweek 35. Friday night deadline, this one. Who loves a Friday night deadline? We've got Man City home to Wolves this game week. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. It's a bit loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a bit. Sorry about that. Is that better? Hopefully that's better now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sorry about that. Right, yes, welcome everyone to the deadline stream. We've got Sally in the building, we've got Joe, we've got Anchor, we've got Joyton, David, Razan, Thomas, Jeffrey, Luca, Jan, Julian, Boofy, Ben, G-Rid, Chris, Nathan's here, Unknown Guy, Joe's here, Alan's here, Harish is here, Ethan, Jan, Stephen, Rafika, Source, Daniel, good to see lots of members in the building. How are we all doing? Gameweek 35, are we all locked in ready? I've not made my transfer yet, but I'm going to do it during this stream, just in case. I don't suppose there's anything that will change my plans, but making a pretty template move this week. It's going to be Saka to Mbumo, that's my plan. It's too soft now. Right, I'll turn it back up. Hopefully that's perfect now. I can move it a bit closer. I just don't want to shout into the mic and make it too loud. But hopefully that's alright now. I could go right here. Welcome back for another video. Alright, everyone's sorted for this game then. What's the plan? Who are we captaining? I feel like this is the toughest game week of the season for captaincy. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like there's 4 or 5 genuinely good options this week. How are we doing, Jed? Good to see you, mate. Mark's in the building, says, hi, fellow Focaliers. I don't think this is catching up. I've tried before, Mark, I'm telling you. I tried Focaliers, Focalites. There was another one I've forgotten, but none of them caught on, so I just don't think it's going to be a thing. It's like trying to make fetch happen. It's just not going to happen. No one wants to hear about Focaliers. So our Fizzle's saying Boomo captain. ASMR Focal's back. Focal Maniacs, that is the worst one of the lot, surely. Did you score a hattie, Oscar? I didn't, but it was a really good game. I scored a brace, actually. This might sound weird, maybe this is weird, but I've started tracking my stats at 8-a-side football. Because basically, I started playing with these guys like 3-4 weeks ago. And I've always wondered like what my stats are actually like. So I've only done it for 3 weeks. But last night, 2 goals, 3 assists. So we won, I think it was like 7-3. So 5 out of the 7 goals I was involved in. Last week, 1 goal, 3 assists. My first week was just 4 assists. I don't really shoot much, to be honest. I'm more of like a playmaker. Tend to set up the goals rather than score them myself. Right, some of these suggestions are absolutely not happening. Focaloids, maybe. Focaloids, focal files. Don't know about that one either. Focal heads, focalistic, focal. No, none of these are catching on. I don't know. Maybe one day someone's going to come up with the perfect one, and that'll be it. But I don't know. Right now, I think it's just your bog standard live stream viewers, subscribers. Welcome to the subscribers. I guess you're not all subscribed. I suppose everyone that's in chat is a subscriber, because I think you have to be a subscriber to chat. Folks, focal, focas, Jesus, focaloid, focalinos, local focal, focal nation. I don't know. Maybe. Focal fools. Focal handsome. Yeah, I don't know. The welcome backs. That's not bad. Welcome back to the welcome backs. Gone on a bit of a tangent now. What do you think about KDB captain? Yeah, I mean, if there's a leak, obviously they've got the early game, so we'd probably get a leak during this stream. Whether KDB starts, Marmoush, Vardy, all those guys. I don't hate it at all. Like, it's got to be one of the biggest upside captains this week. So I just don't think anyone's really looking at KDB. But if he starts, like, yeah, why not? You've got a great voice. Thank you very much. Maybe for videos, but absolutely not for singing. You like the welcome backs? Maybe we'll just go with that. But yeah, this week, like, there's so many good options. So like Salah's great. I think Mbumo's going to be very popular. Marmish will be popular. Isak's great. Bowen's great. KDB's good. Watkins is good. There's like so many options this week, which is a bit scary because I've just finally got inside top 10k for the first time this season, and now I'll have to face this week where there's like 5 excellent captains. I'll try and do a poll for it, but I'm not even sure who the top 3 is. Would it be Salah, Mbumo? Would it be Isak? Number 3? I mean, there's going to be lots of others, so put your other in the chat if you are on other. Fockheads. I don't think Fockheads is going to stand on. It's going to catch on. Folk Ultras. Focal Fiddlers. Nah, none of these are catching on. Oh, I dropped the lid. That's going to have to wait till after the stream now. Cheeseman Chris in the chat. He's on Palmer captain. I mean, Slot said he's going to rotate a few players around, so you never know. But maybe Chelsea rotate as well, right? Because they've got the Europa Conference League second leg. I think they're 4-1 up, aren't they, on aggregate? So that, I mean, second legs at Stamford Bridge should be pretty much a formality, right? It was a pretty good week, wasn't it, for your teams in Europe, other than Arsenal, I suppose. Spurs won, Man United won as well. KDB captain says Ben Foster. You're above me in the window. There's no way you're up there. My flat's top floor. How was footy last night? Footy was good, yeah. I was just saying, I've started tracking my stats just to see how I actually get on over the season. Last night, 2 goals, 3 assists. And I think it was 7-3. So pretty involved. It's like 8 aside as well, so it's good numbers. It's bigger than a 5-a-side pitch. Last week after the game, someone went, Oscar, what level did you play at? And I've like never played at a good level, just Sunday League. I was quite flattered by that question. I was like, no level, Sunday League. What's your position? Pretty much everywhere, like box to box. I normally play centre mid, but I'm quite good at the back as well. I often just play left back and invert and push up, but all over the place, to be honest, box to box. I need to lose some weight though. Last night was hard work, like it was really hot as well. Those that are in England right now will know it's been a pretty warm week, and I was struggling, like drenched in sweat after the game. Day 210 of calling Focal Smexy Geezer. Do you start Murphy or Cunha? Oh, I suppose you can't bench Cunha, can you, after last week? Murphy away at Brighton, it's okay. I'd play Cunha, I'd say. Take more free kicks. Yeah, I mean, there's not many free kicks, the one I go to, but I suppose I should, shouldn't I, after that, the Anfield free kick. There'll be no doubles. Yeah, so it looks like there's going to be no doubles, like, as Cameron's saying. But, and I don't know if you guys saw this. The Premier League remain in talks with Tottenham and Aston Villa over potentially moving their 18th of May fixture to allow Spurs a longer prep time if they're in the Europa League final. So there's still a chance, which is weird. I guess what FPL meant, because they've been tweeting about this and they said there's no more blanks or doubles. Maybe they just meant based on what we know right now. Sorry, I need to get to Bertman's super chat as well. He says a -4 gives me Raya Martinez. Martinez? As in the defender Martinez. Kivior, Vardy, or Burn, Livramento. Oh, this is your full squad. Liverpool, Kilman, Bowen, Rogers, and Bumo, Salazar, Watkins, Isaac, and Marmish. Thoughts, bench boost. Oh, okay, -4 for the bench boost. Yeah, you know what? I think I'd do it this week if I were you. Yeah, get it out of the way. I mean, Kilman's not great, is he? But you're not going to get an ideal bench in any remaining game week, let's be honest. And you probably still do way better than my bench boost when I got 4 points. Aston Focal. Yeah, for a -4, I'd say that's probably worth it, Bertman. Like, I'm sure you've double-checked future weeks. It's not like Kilman's fixtures get much better besides 38, but I wouldn't bench boost in 38 if I still had it. 100 Focals versus 1 Gorilla. If FPL doesn't work out, maybe I'll pivot to that kind of content. Mr. Beast. Yeah, makes sense, Bertman. I don't know if you're going to get a better opportunity to use it either, so I would go for it. For a -4, seems worth it. But don't activate it. Well, you can deactivate it, I suppose. But just don't take a hit until near the deadline if you haven't yet. It sounds like you haven't. Just in case there's a leak, like someone doesn't start. Well, it would just be Marmoush and Vardy, all right? Just in case either of those don't. Trucci, don't know if I said your name right, says Savinho is kind of risky, right? Yeah, annoyingly, he has become a big minutes risk. I suppose apparently he's been carrying a bit of a knock, so there is that. And he might be back to full fitness, but he's just not completely nailed regardless. So, yeah, too risky. Boofy says Focal House Haaland next week. Well, yeah, he's back in training. Pep said it's too soon this game week. So, yeah, wait and see. I don't know if I'd be comfortable buying him next week either, because it'll be his first game back after quite a while out. But yeah, it's Southampton, isn't it? Like, what if he starts? Do they have an early kickoff? Is there any chance of a leak? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I mean, if there's a leak, Haaland starts. Yeah. God, imagine that. Southampton as well. No early kickoff. Yeah, interesting one, maybe. Mark says, apologies for the Focal ears disruption. Mateta to Wissa -4. You've got Mbumo, Sarr, and Munoz. It allows Eze to go. Or go Isaac to Haaland if he plays tonight. Now, Haaland won't play tonight. He won't start. I'm pretty certain of that. No, I don't think you need to go Mateta to Wissa. From -4. I'm not sure. I was thinking about this one myself, Mark, and I don't know, I thought about it more and more. And basically the conclusion I arrived to, and you might disagree with this, is like, this is amazing for the next two. There is that. But it's not like Forest have been great. Spurs, obviously they've got the Europa League just a few days before that. But also, the other reason is I might end up wanting to go Watkins, right? Because if Spurs get to the Europa League final, which seems quite likely now, then they could massively rotate against Spurs. And Villa play them home. So I'm looking at Watkins potentially in 37 instead of Wissa now. It's really close though. It's one of those, like, it looks quite close now and it's going to be well swingy. Like, if Wissa bags a brace this week and then, you know, scores again against Ipswich, which wouldn't be that surprising, then, like, yeah, Watkins has got a lot of work to do. But I just don't think I'd do it for a hit. I was really considering it myself, and I ended up coming to the conclusion not to do it. And I've actually started Mateta in the end as well, so there's that as well. Sal Mateta for Ollie. Yeah, I think I'll do it in 37. And then obviously they've got Man United as well, so... Is the music level okay, or is it too loud? Let me know if you want me to turn it down. Anyway, welcome all of you to the stream. Good luck this game week. Hope you'll smash it. Hit subscribe if you aren't already. Get your questions in the chat. Is it crazy to sell Saka, rotation risk and poor fixtures? No, I'm going to sell him, Josh. I'm going to sell him during this stream. It's fine. It's too low. Level's good. It's always a different volume in my ear to how you can hear it. I go up a tiny bit. I don't know how to ever get the volume perfect because it's totally different in my ear to what it comes through on the stream. Let's go with that. Hopefully that's alright. Saka's Gameweek 38 wants me to keep, says Andrew. There is that. But then again, like imagine they reach the Champions League final. We'll have to see what happens, of course, next week. But is Arteta actually going to risk Saka against Southampton before a Champions League final? But yeah, obviously, the difficult part is we don't know what's going to happen in the second leg, and we've got to make a call now. Well, we don't have to. Some of us can just bench him, I suppose. But there is that opportunity, right? You can go Saka to Mbeumo right now. You can go Saka to Bowen. Goal scorer odds. Oh. Yeah, Rob T posted the updated odds literally while we were doing the intro for the stream. And I grabbed them. Wait, what did you want? Goal scorer or clean sheet? Goal scorer. Yeah. These are the latest odds as of like 10 minutes ago. I literally grabbed these as we were going live. So, Marmoush is top for the projected goal scorers, 0.69. Then it's Isak, Watkins, Vardy. I mean, no one's buying Vardy probably, right? But it is Southampton home in fairness. Broja, assuming he starts, Palmer, and Mbeumo, Wissa. Let me catch up on chat as well. Enshock says, I can't get Mbeumo without taking a -4 by selling Diaz and Wood for Wissa. Or do I get Mbeumo in for Salah? No, I'm not a fan of Salah to Mbeumo. I don't know if I'd take a hit to sell Wood. That seems mad when he's got Leicester home in game week 36, right? I think I'd just do Diaz to Bowen if you want to sell Diaz. I would rather do that, yeah. I don't know who your other forwards are, but like as we saw on those goal score odds, there's not a massive difference between Wissa and Mbeumo. So, you know, if you can't get to Mbeumo, you could just sell a forward to Wissa. Mateta to Wissa -4. Yeah, I was talking about that one earlier. I was thinking about it, and I'm not going to do it. Like, Forest are in bad form, right? And they've got Spurs, which is a pretty good fixture, and they will have gone full strength in Europa. So, and the other reason I'm probably going to just leave it is because I might end up going Watkins in 37 because he's got Tottenham home. A few days before Tottenham have got the Europa final if they progress. So yeah, as tempting as Wissa is, and he really is tempting, I'm gonna reluctantly leave it myself, but I don't dislike it. If you fancy it, if you want to go Wissa now, I don't dislike it at all. It's one of those, but I'm just kind of leaving the options open. Yeah, I'd say maybe Bowen and Shock if you want to sell Diaz. It's not worth selling Wood for a -4, in my opinion, when he's got Leicester home just around the corner. Kay says, I have Rodgers, Salah, Bowen and Mbeumo. I'm planning on getting KDB for Palmer, but I'd need to bench either Cunha or Rodgers. What are your thoughts? I think it's okay to bench Cunha, if need be. I mean, he's away at Man City. It's not an easy one. KDB in for Palmer. Obviously, wait till near the deadline, Kay, just in case there's a leak on KDB. Could be some early team news, like if he starts or doesn't, which will come in very handy in terms of those transfers, right? So, yeah, I don't mind that. It's a weird one, Palmer, isn't it? Like, he was just in absolute class first half of the season again, and it's just all fallen apart second half. I don't know what's happened. Is it personal reasons, tactics, a bit of everything? But yeah, that's fine. Anurag said, already used my 1-free transfer for a Murphy to Mbeumo. I have to bench 3 out of these. Consa, Semenyo, Sarr, Kivior, Vardy and Munoz. You already have Ryan Saliba, so Kivior makes it triple Arsenal. Sarr, Munoz makes it triple Palace. Bench 3 of those, so, okay. So you bench Semenyo, bench Kivior. And it's between Konsa and Munoz. I'd probably bench Konsa in favour of Munoz. Yeah, so Konsa, Semenyo, and Kvyat. Bench those. Kalian says Bowen or Eze. Bowen for Eze or Watkins / Wissa for Mateta. I like Mateta to Watkins for free. That's why I'm probably not going to buy Wissa this game week, because I'm looking at Watkins and he might be even better. I mean, he was pretty high up, wasn't he, on the goal scorer odds just then? I think he was above Wissa. Yeah, just about. And that's this game week as well, where Wissa's obviously got Man United home, which is meant to be the easier fixture, but the bookies' odds favour Watkins slightly. So I would say Watkins, but it doesn't seem like a pressing move. I feel like you don't need to make an even move. I think keeping Eze Mateta is fine. But yeah, I think if I was going to do either one, I would say Watkins in for Mateta. Adam, thanks for the 16 months. Says, thoughts on Mateta to Watkins and Saka to Mbeumo? Yeah, I like those moves. If it's for free, I like those moves. I'd be doing the exact same moves if I had 2 free transfers. So yeah, I like that, Adam. Struggling with this game, says High Oscar, 3 free transfers. He bought Mbeumo for Saka. Thoughts on also selling Savinho and Mateta for Bowen and Wissa. No chips left. Salah captain for his records. Yeah, I don't dislike Salah captain. We'll have a look at the captain poll in a sec. He was saying, wasn't he, like he still wants to break individual records. So yeah, I think he's nice. Savinho, Mateta, Bowen and Wissa. Yeah. As I was saying, still part of me just wants to leave the option open to go Watkins, but I think, as I say, it's one of those. If you go Wissa now, it could be really swingy, like if he scores against United, which is possible, probably scores against Ipswich. But I just look at Watkins, home to Spurs and then Man United, and they're both of those potentially involved in the Europa final. So I'm going to reluctantly leave the option open and just keep Mateta, who in theory should get more minutes as well. So yeah, if I was going to do either of those, I'd go Savinho to Bowen, maybe not the other one. Keep your options open. You might end up wanting to use a transfer like on a defender. That's also the position I'm in. I might have to buy a defender because I've got Burn versus Chelsea, Saliba versus Liverpool next game week, which isn't great. Tuna says, Asensio to Bowen for -4, or bench Asensio and start Mateta, or Bowen for -4 and bench Rodgers. No, I don't think he needs to take a hit here, Tuna. Just start Mateta. I've ended up starting him. It's fine. Saliba over Wan-Bissaka, yeah. These are the clean sheet odds for those asking. And also to help Tuna's question up. Where are they? Arsenal 33%, West Ham 22%. So yeah, Saliba over Wan-Bissaka. Milkman says, greetings, Mr. Focal. I'm chasing rank. Is Evan Olsen / Saka to Vardy Bowen for a -4 worth it? Wood in for Vardy, game week 36. Nah, I wouldn't do it for a -4. I don't think I'd even do that for free, to be honest with you. Can you not just bench Evan Olsen? Like, he's got Leicester home in 38. I like Saka to Bowen if you're chasing. That's kind of the chasing move, because a lot of people are doing the old Saka to Mbeumo. Hands up if you're going Saka to Mbeumo this game week. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like at least 50% of that making transfers are doing that move, but maybe that's not true. It just seems like a really popular move this week, and you know what's going to happen now. He's going to blank. Jed's doing it. Let me keep catching up with the questions here. So where did I get to? Was it Milkman? Yeah. Evan Olsen. Yeah, I don't want to do it for a -4. I'll just keep Evan Olsen a bench if you can. I think there's better ways you can chase. Bowen's great for chasing. Evan Olsen out for a -4. I'm not keen on that. Razan, thanks for the 27 months. He says, Saka to Mbeumo and Rashford to Bowen. What are your thoughts? Yeah. If I had those two players, I'd make the exact same moves. Rashford might be back before the end of the season, but obviously game week 38, he can't play against United anyway, so it just makes sense to get rid. Balmoa says, is it worth using the triple captain and Mbeumo given Amarin's press conference? I think I wouldn't, personally. I think I'd save it. it doesn't just sit right with me. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that? Triple captain in a Bumo. It just doesn't quite sit right with me. I think I'd save it. Like, you got Salah home to Palace in 38. Maybe Haaland won't be back next game week, so you go Marmoush against Southampton. Just doesn't sit well with me using a triple captain on Mbumo in a single game week against Man United. I know they're going to rotate. I'm not sure about that one. I think I'd save it. And Oblivious says, love the streams and the content. You've done Saka to Mbumo and you got one free transfer. Plan is Eze/Shah to KDB in 36. But do I go Mateta to Wissa this game week? I want Langa for Leicester, and you have 3 Villa already. Konsa, who's Mar? And Rogers. Konsa, Martinez, and Rogers. Saka to Mbumo. Yeah, Mateta to Wissa's nice if that's a... Oh, you got one free transfer. Nah, not for a hit, Oblivious. I don't know. I don't know about taking a hit to sell Mateta. No, I'm not a United fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Who does everyone support? And who's... I shouldn't ask those 2 questions, so that's going to confuse it. First of all, who does everyone support? And then I'll ask the other question. British is Arsenal as well. Yeah, I don't know about selling Mateta for a hit. It doesn't sit well with me either. I thought about it, and I don't dislike it, but I'm not doing it. A lot of United fans. Mark says, thanks for the insight, Oscar. God, lots of Liverpool fans as well. Lots of Liverpool fans. A few Leeds as well. Man United. Where's the Arsenal fans at? Spurs and Leeds. Spurs and Leeds, Meg. Who are you rooting for next season when Spurs face Leeds? Mark says, thanks for the insight, Oscar. That's why this is the best deadline stream around. Logical and unbiased reasoning. Don't forget to like everyone. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. Oh, there's the Arsenal fans. Chelsea, Gunners, Arsenal, Man United. So, Captain Poll, 51% in Mbumo, 21% Salah, 11% Isak, 17% other. So, everyone that went other then, tell us who's your other. So, who else is there? There's Bowen, there's a KDB, a sensible Arsenal fan. Marmoush. Oh, was he not on the poll? Did I not put Marmoush on there? I didn't put Marmoush on there, and he's my captain. Uh-oh. That's a bit worrying. Maguire. Bowen. Yeah, Bowen captains. Not a bad shout. Okay, so the follow-up question then was, who's winning the Europa League? I mean, Man United and Spurs have got to be favourites to reach the final, but not a certainty by any means. But who's winning it? Who remembers Postecoglou saying, I always win things in my second season, mate? And everyone was like, there's no way he's winning something in his second season because they were like mid-table. And imagine he goes and wins the Europa League, finally brings the silverware to Spurs. Mr. F says, hey Focal, already made my moves. Evan Nilsson to Wissa and Palmer to Bowen -4. I wasn't going to take the -4, but I got upset seeing Palmer in my team. Fair enough. All right, well, it's done now, isn't it? Wissa, yeah, I like the Wissa pick. I don't know if I would have done that -4 if I'm totally honest, Mr. F, but I hope it works out for you. I do hope it works out. Wissa's a great pick. I'd love to have him this week. If I had 2 free transfers, I may have him in my team, but I don't. Aren't you supposed to hate Spurs? I do hate Spurs. I'm just saying, imagine like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when he actually called it. He actually said, I always win stuff in my second season. I'm just saying, imagine like the madness if he actually goes and does it. Because it's just been the one thing that no manager's been able to do for, what was it, 17 years? Premonition, maybe? Don't know. Ryan says, hey, welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Saad to Bowen for -4. You already have Watkins and Bumo and Wissa. Nah, not for a hit. I know Bowen, like, he's got a great fixture, but again, it doesn't sit well selling Saar for a -4. It's the sort of thing I suppose I'd consider if I was massively chasing, because I guess Sar's quite a popular pick. But yeah, maybe if I was really chasing, I just don't think I'd do it otherwise for a -4. Foreshadowing. Maybe that was the word I was looking for. Mateta to Wissa for free. Yeah, I like that for free. I like it for free. I mean, if you can afford Watkins, might be even better for the final 4 game weeks, but it's very close. Manifestation. Maybe it was that. Pratik, thanks for the 26 months. Confetti gun, as always, not really working when I press it, but there we go. He said, free transfers. Do I bring Mbumo and Bowen in and save 1 transfer? Yeah, it depends who you got, but I think Mbumo and Bowen are like probably the top 2 mids I'd want to bring in this week. Yeah, so if you got free transfers and you got players to get rid of like Saka, Rashford, do it, yeah. I think saving transfers is sensible as well, so you don't need to spend all 3. Oblivious says, sorry, Mateta to Wista this game is free, or save a transfer. Oh, okay, for free. Yeah, for free, I think it's a nice move. Yeah, I'd strongly consider it for free. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's one of those, it could work out for a hit even, but I personally wouldn't do it for a hit. But for free, yeah. Mateta to Watkins -4. Nah, I mean, same again, Vincent. I could do it for a -4 myself, but do I really want to sell Mateta for -4 when he's playing home against Forest, who like have been in terrible form? Haven't they lost 3 of their last 4 or something? And there's something like 4th worst for expected goals conceded over the last 6. Like, they've really just fallen apart for whatever reason. Sebastian says, marry me, Zoboslai, you'll never have to be alone. Is that the song? I don't know that one. What a play, though. Did you bring him in last week? I'm trying to remember now. Did you buy him last game week? Or was that someone else that did that? I remember someone in the stream said they did it. Focal, why'd you ban me? I didn't ban anyone on anything. You're right here, so you can't mean on here. If you mean Discord, then there's like a mod team, and whatever you did, it would have been deserved, because they rarely ban people. You saw a clip of Robertson singing that lyric. You think Salah's going to play? Yeah, Salah will play. He's still going for individual records. He said himself. Focal, who are you captaining? I'm going Marmoush, captain, and Bumo vice. That's my plan. Let's do a poll. Which chip do you have active, if any? So what have we got? Wildcard, assistant manager. Is there any others that would be active? Just go other and none. Other and none. Yeah, I think that makes sense, actually. Let's go for that. British is on a wildcard. Oh, I'm jealous of wildcards because I'm probably like 4 or 5 transfers short of where I'd love my team to be right now. Like, Game Week 36 is horrendous, and because I'm going to have to play Burn against Chelsea, I'm going to have to play Saliba against Liverpool. I could play Wan-Bissaka, he's got Man United. I could play Kanate, he's got Arsenal, but it's not great. You start Wan-Bissaka, yeah. I probably should, Noah. Like, all the algorithms are saying play Wan-Bissaka, but I just won't be surprised if they still concede, but maybe I'm wrong on that. And I know he's got a bit more goal threat than Burn, I suppose. So, who do we think will be king of the game week this week? Well done to the Trippier guessers last game week. Trippier, of all players. What a legend, though. Who had Trippier on the free hit? Guesses in the chat. Who's it going to be game week 35, king of the game week? I'm going to go... Who did I go on Discord earlier? I'm trying to remember who I went. I think I went for Beto. I think I gambled on a Beto start, but that's pretty left field. Bowen. Bowen again. Rico Lewis from Flash. KDB, Saar, Bowen, Delap. Were you sued? No, I wasn't actually sued. It was like an elaborate prank from someone. It wasn't an actual lawsuit, but It did make for a funny little short, if that's where you saw it. Vardy, Wissa, and Mbumo, Saka, Bowen. Yeah, I went Beto on the Discord version of the game, but who knows if he'll even start. But well, they got Ipswich home, I think it is. Ido says, would you captain Watkins if you were chasing rank? I think if you're chasing rank, I think I still wouldn't captain if I was chasing. I feel like Marmoush is being overlooked, but maybe he's not. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Let me know in chat, actually. Who's going to be the 3 most popular captains in order? Surely it's still going to be Salah number 1, isn't it? Top 3 captains in terms of popularity this week. Salah number 1. Who would be number 2? Marmoush and then Mbumo? Mbumo, Salah, Marmoush. Mbumo, Salah, Marmoush. But I'm trying to think, is Mbumo our little bubble though? Because like people that make FPL content are all like buying Mbumo and captaining him, but you have to remember we live in a bit of a bubble where we're more engaged and take this game more seriously. I think Salah's going to be by far the most popular, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe people will think, oh, they won't try, or they'll rotate and it's not worth it. I still think it'll be number 1. If I was chasing, I feel like Marmoush is adequate. Captain widget on the site. Let's check it. Refresh. So the captain widget has got Mbumo 5 stars, Palmer 5. I know you guys aren't going to like that, but it's got Palmer 5 stars. Marmoush and Bowen 4, De Bruyne 3. So yeah, I think Marmoush 4-star option there. Bowen is good as well, to be fair. By the way, you guys might have seen, but some exciting news. I've hired a developer to work on my website now. A guy called Simon. He's really like competent. He's good. He knows his stuff. And the first thing we've done is we've built this like articles widget. So that's a new addition now for members. So every week that I'll be posting 3 articles on the website for members. So like there's the predicted lineups for all 20 teams. You've got like the team selection. Every week 3 articles, so that's a new addition for members. And yeah, because it costs money to hire a developer, next season I'm gonna have to bump the cost up, not much, like 50p, but if anyone wants to sign up and support the website, do it now before the price goes up, because you'll keep the legacy pricing. And there's loads more exciting stuff coming. And by the way, right now you get the entire first month free anyway, so you get the whole rest of the season for free if you decide you don't like it. FPL.page or FPL Focal in the App Store if you want to check it out. Let me get back to the chat. So Jeffrey said Murphy or Mateta and Ortega or Raya. You have both. I'd play Ortega and Mateta. Better clean sheet odds for City, and I'd say yeah, Mateta playing home. Might be on pen still, might not. After the miss in the FA Cup, but Palmer 5-star must be a bug. Why is Palmer 5? It's the algorithm. I can't argue with the algorithm. It's got a mind of its own. It's FPL Review's premium algorithm is where it gets its data from. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to publicise it in any videos now, Dave. But I thought I'd mention it in the stream while we're here. Samir says double up on Arsenal defence or Saliba to Livramento. Saliba to Livramento. No, I would say keep the double up. Yeah, I don't think you need to. I don't know if you're saying buy Livramento or start him, but I don't think you need to. No, I think I'd leave Saliba there. Marcus, thanks for the 11 months. Got Mbumo. Do I sell Mateta for Wissa or Watkins? I like Watkins slightly more, but they're very, very close, I would say. Yeah, if I had to pick one this week, maybe Watkins. It's very close though. Danny said, Oscar, I've got the same team as you. Apart from you have Eze, I have Murphy. 3 free transfers. What should I do? With 3 transfers, I'd probably do Saka to Mbumo, Mateta to Watkins, and just keep the third. Maybe spend it next week on a Forest defender or something. Anfield Irishman, thanks for the 31 months. He says, I hope you're well, mate. Good luck this year, Brian. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Short and sweet message. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. It's absolutely roasting in my room. It's quite hot where I am, northwest of London. But yeah, I'm all right. Doing well. I kind of just, part of me kind of just wants the season to finish to see where I finish. Because right now I'm just inside top 10k and I just want to know if I do finish top 10k or not. Because that would be a really nice, strong finish to the season if I can secure that. Where are you guys now after the last game week, rank-wise? And what's your target? Let us know in chat. Current rank and end of season target. Sixy says, what's the best manager for the chip focal? I would say, if you're chasing, go Glasner. These are the projected points. If you're chasing, I'd say Glasner, because he's got table bonus home to Forest. But if you're kind of just happy where you are, I would go Pep. Wolves home this week, and then obviously Southampton after that. And then you can make a call in 37. 50k, targets 30k. 85k, you're going for 25. Nice. 16k, very nice. Your 150k target's 100k. That should be very doable, Maka. But yeah, that's a good realistic starting point. I think you can go higher. Bertman says he's 99k, and anything higher he'll take. Yeah, I think you can push for 50k. You can hear the birds in the background. Yeah, that's what I mean. I've had to crack the window because it's roasting here. Maybe I'll have to turn the focal tune up. It's an absolute banger, to be fair. Pinners reacts. Saka to Mbumo and João Pedro to Wood for a -4. Depends who you play. If you don't play if you don't sell João Pedro. I think I'd rather buy Whistler over Wood though. Isn't he cheaper? Yeah, João Pedro out for a -4 is okay. I'd rather Whistler over Wood personally, but Wood's great as well if you prefer him. Salah says bench one up, Kivior, Munoz and Cash. Who have you got in goal, Salah? Because I do think you can hedge. Like, I've got Raya, and I've just hedged with Martinez. So, like, if you've got Raya, you could go Cash and hedge. No, I think I'd go Munoz. I think it's got to be Munoz, just because he's got, by far, the most goal threat of those three. Oh, bench one. Sorry, I thought it was start one. Yeah. So, basically, it depends on your keeper. If you've got Raya, I'd probably hedge and bench Kivior for Cash. If it's someone else, then start Kivior, if that makes sense, and start Munoz. The Niked says, can only do Rashford to Mbumo for a hit, and you've got Wissa. Do you think it's worth it? You're 25k, you don't want to drop. But yeah, but the thing is, Rashford's out, so we might not even see him this season. So I feel like it probably is, unless you've got a really solid player to play instead this week. Otherwise, I think I would just fix the Rashford issue for a hit. And then you can worry about something else next week, if you see what I'm saying. Because it could end up just being a -4 next week if you just keep pushing issues to the next week. Do you know what I mean? Next week, if you don't sell him now for a hit, you're going to have to sell him next week. And what if you've got something else to sort? So, yeah, if I had Rashford, I think I would do the hit, to be honest with you. Salah says bench one as well of Sama, Teta and Savinho. I think it'd have to be Savinho, just because his minutes aren't great. I mean, we might get a leak if he starts, but he could come off early as well. Bench one out of Sama, Teta, Savinho. Yeah, I'd bench Savinho, Salah. Struggling with this game says, hi mate, I'm struggling with decisions. Living up to the name. Just bought Bowen and Boomo and realised you don't have the money to buy Watkins. So I guess it's got to be Wissa. So start Munoz, Liver or Conser. Same for Sarr versus Murphy. Yeah, Wissa's fine. I would start Munoz and I would start Sarr out of those. Wissa's perfectly fine, honestly. That Air, thanks for the 4 months, says, bring in Bowen for Murphy or roll and start Mateta. I think you're okay to roll. It's a really nice fixture for Bowen, but to buy Bowen and bench Mateta doesn't feel like it needs to be done. I don't dislike it though, but I think I don't know if that's It's a minor upgrade, isn't it? Bowen over Mateta. Mateta home to Forest. It is a little bit of an upgrade. Probably not worth a transfer. Confetti. I've added a new one as well. I don't know if it will happen in this stream, but you know, like when people gift like 10 membership. God, that's loud. Can you hear that? It's like a helicopter going over. When people gift, you know, like 10 memberships, I've added a new nuke button. So that's there as well. I'm sure I'll get used at some point. Hopefully the button works. I think it was a helicopter. So, yeah, I think I wouldn't do that air. I don't dislike it though, but benching Mateta. You might find better uses for the transfer next week. Bro is God in real life. Discreet Circuitry says you got 2 free transfers and the bench boost. Sells Valdemarson, Munoz, Robinson, Kirkes, Livramento, Bednarek, Salah, Palmer, Bumo, Mitoma, Murphy, Isaac, Matesha, and Evan Olsen. What's the move? And you fell 200k to 370. So first of all, you got Valdemarson, you got Bednarek, which are just not bench boostable. And then you got Evan Olsen this week. I probably wouldn't bench boost this week. I'd leave it a week, I would say. I mean, it's hard to know. I can't picture all the fixtures that your players have got in future weeks. So you're gonna have to double check which weeks it looks like your bench is best. Maybe 37. But you're gonna have to spend a couple of transfers just on Valdemarson and Bednarek. So this week you could play Munoz. You can play, who have Fulham got? Villa away. Oh, it's difficult though because you can't really spend transfers when you've got 2 booked in for those 2 players. And I don't know how much you've got in the bank either. Salah, Palmer, and Bumo Mitoma. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth spending a transfer. Depending on how much you've got in the bank, like you could go Valdemarson to Pickford, and then bench boost in 37. Is it 30? Sorry, yeah, 37. You're gonna have to spend a transfer as well on Bednarek, but yeah, it depends how much you've got in the bank. Without knowing that, it's hard to advise, but those 2 players you're going to have to fix regardless to bench boost, so prioritise that. You don't have the luxury to spend transfers elsewhere. Jeffrey says start Rodgers on Mateta. Ooh, proper coin toss, that one. I'd probably say Mateta. God, it's roasting in here. I'm dying. Should have grabbed a cold drink before I went live. Would you go Wissa to Mateta for free? Do you mean Mateta to Wissa? FPL discount. Is that enough to use the nuke? Or do I use the nuke though? Is that justified for the first ever nuke on the stream? Thank you so much, mate, for the gifted membership. Who did it go to? Pando. But we need a verdict in the chat on this one. Is that justified for the nuke button? You got it, Pando. Where's your focal badge gone? Well, it disappears after 30 days. So I guess you got gifted a membership or something. You can use the join button below the stream. Pando says nuke it, Oscar. Alright, we'll do it. Is it? Oh god, is it loud? Sorry. Tell me if that was loud or not. I didn't test it. Was it alright? Oh, he's done 5 more. Alright. Oh god. I don't know if I could do it twice. I pressed the nuke button. Is it going to go off? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, mate. I don't know if the nuke's... Is it working? I'm not seeing it on screen. I'm pressing the button. That was a tad loud. Sorry, I've turned it down. Adam's in the building. Alright, maybe it'll work now. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, there we go. I turned the volume down, so it should be better now. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships as well. So yeah, I thought I'd add that because it's quite a cool thing. Good volume now. Perfect. Not too loud. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Are you going to FPL Meets Gameweek 38? If so, I will see you there. If anyone doesn't know what it is, check out FPL Meets on Twitter. Yeah, thanks again, Kieran. Yeah, I'll be there Gameweek 38. I'll quickly pull up the graphic because if anyone's in London, I highly recommend this. I'll be there watching all the games. I'll go there straight after my deadline stream. That's the plan. Watch the footy. Get drunk. Hang out with like-minded people. That's in Gameweek 38 in London at the Thirsty Bear. So yeah, if you live in London or you're in the area, then check it out. Those are the details, or just go FPL Meets on Twitter if you want to check out the details. You can just rock up. There's no tickets or anything. You still have the assistant manager. Do I use it on Glasner? Yeah, if you're chasing Glasner, otherwise Guardiola. Kieran said, I had to make sure of the nuke. Yeah, I'll see you in Gameweek 38. I'll be there. Yeah, you'll be. Oh, you're bench boosting, aren't you? God, I don't know about the Gameweek 38 bench boost, I'll be honest. But you've been unlucky with this season with chips, haven't you? Because you triple captained Haaland against Wolves, right? And I think he blanked, if I'm not mistaken. Not that most people's triple captains went well this season. Hands up if you triple captained and it went well this season. I know some of you went Salah, didn't you? I used mine on Haaland when he only got 6 points, so that's a bit of a flop, really. Did anyone do better than 6 points? You know what? I don't know how I'm 8k because I triple captained 8 points. I bench boosted 4 points. If I just got my chips right, I could be winning FPL this season. No, I'll probably still be nowhere near. You still got it. If you still got it, who are you going with? So, which chip have you got active? 8% of wildcard, 9% assistant manager, 10% other, 73% no chip. You triple captain game week 2. Oh, I'm jealous of that. That was the hat trick, wasn't it? Ronnie says, do I start Munoz or Diaz? Oh, I'd probably go Diaz, to be honest. Nah, would I? Is he going to start? Does he rotate? Such a difficult call, that one, on Diaz starting or not starting, because it could be Gakpo Jota or something, or it could be Gakpo Darwin. I'd probably go Munoz and play it safe for the minutes. Chris says, Oscar, best midfielder transfer differential and captain. I would say Bowen, Chris. A lot of people going in Boomo, myself included, but I think Bowen's not far behind. Differential captain, I think Marmoush is the left field one. Hey Focal, love the app. Thank you. Marmoush or Cunha? Marmoush. Test says, hello from Japan. Oscar, is your wildcard team the same as Mish's ones? Is that from the experts? My wildcard. Yeah, I think I agree with his picks, to be honest. It was a little bit aggressive. He went triple Everton defence. What was it? Watkins. I'm trying to remember his front three. I think I'd have Watkins, Wissa, and Marmoush front three. I probably wouldn't have Isak in there. But yeah, basically the same team I would go for. So yeah, Watkins. Which front three would you guys have on the wild card? Watkins, Wissa, Marmoush, probably. Marmoush is an annoying one though, because he's great this week and he's great next week if Haaland's not back. So you probably go for him, don't you? Yeah. Where the leak's at? I've not even checked. We don't get them this early though. It'll be near the deadline if we get something. But I'll just check. It's just Man City that will potentially get some leaks for, because they've got the early kickoff tonight, or late kickoff, the late early kickoff. Nat the one says, can I keep Saka? Can I keep Saka if I can upgrade? Hang on. Can I keep Saka if I can upgrade a cheap midfielder to Mbumo like Sarr? Save a transfer for Gameweek 38. I'm on triple Palace attack. PS love your videos. Oh, I see. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you can sell someone else for Mbumo, I don't dislike that. is Saka... Yeah, I mean, Saka could be good 37-30. Yeah, I do get what you're saying. Like, if Arsenal get knocked out, then he's going to start every remaining game, and he should get 75, 80 plus mins. Yeah, I think that's okay. If you can bench him. I wouldn't start Saka this week. Yeah, I think some people are doing that. Some people are sitting on, like, Foden, for example, and they're just going to do Foden to Mbumo. Kieran, thanks for the 4 months as well. Murphy, Barnes, Evan Nilsson. Who would you bench? Oh, it's got to be Evan Nilsson against Arsenal, hasn't it? I know they're going to rotate, but I still think Arsenal's an elite defence, even when it's like White and right back over Timber, Tierney or Zinchenko left back. It's still top defence, isn't it? So I would say Evan Nilsson bench. Milenkovic or Burn? Seems pretty 50-50. I'd say Burn. Marmish 4 goals. Oh my god, if he scores 4 goals, Leanne, then I will... What will I do? I'll give 10 memberships next stream. Why no transfers? I'm going to do them. I'm just waiting until near the deadline, basically. Don't really need to wait, but I always wait. Those of you that watch my streams regularly know that I'm pretty boring when it comes to the transfers. I'll lock it in right before the deadline. Basically, like, there's no price changes between now and the deadline, so for me it's always like, what's actually the incentive to go early? Obviously, if you leave it till 2 minutes before the deadline, that's risking it a bit, because what if the game crashes? But there's no reason to actually go slightly early. So I like to just do stuff as close as possible to the deadline, just so you know that you've got the maximum amount of possible information. Watkins -4. Depends who you're selling. I'd buy Watkins and Wissa for free. I think if I was talking transfer targets, Mbumo and Bowen would be the mids, and Watkins and Wissa would be the forwards. Any of you guys buying any of those 4? Captain poll request, mate. Alright, on it. Who's your captain? Amish, Salah, Mbumo. Other? It's tricky this week. There's going to be so many others, but do let us know your other. Because I haven't got like Isak on there. I haven't got Bowen on there. There's no Watkins on there. Alright, how many players have you guys got from the scout selection? Let us know. They've gone Raya, Vardiol, Munoz, O'Brien, Salah and Mbumo, Bowen, Trossard, Isak, Marmoush, and Ndai, and then Glasner assistant manager. So for me, it's Vardiol, Salah, and Mbumo when I buy him, Isak, Marmoush. 5 for me. Oh, everyone's got more than me. What? 7 and 8? British, just me and British sitting on 5. Macca's got 5. 7, 6, 3. Wait, did you say your wildcard was active, Jed? Or am I misremembering that? That is interesting if you've wildcard and you're on 3. Oh no, it was your triple captain, wasn't it? Sorry. 7. And they went Glasner AM. Yeah, I mean, God, it could be one of those weeks. Did anyone get that Glasner 20-pointer early in the season? Could be another one of those if they can get a result against Forest. Rodgers or Murphy bench? I would bench Murphy, I would say. Start Rodgers. Any leaks yet? No, nothing yet. We might get something a bit nearer the deadline. So, I don't know, 45 minutes from now, perhaps. Thereabouts. You've made 19 transfers this week. Are you on a chip, Leanne? Or have you just taken a massive hit? How many... What is that in terms of hits? Is that like 90 odd points? 18 times 4. That's way off. My maths is terrible. It's like 72-point hit. Surely not. You must have a chip active, no? How can you make 19? You've only got 15 players. Minus 72. Quick maths. Sorry, Jeffrey. Start Rodgers on Mateta. I'd probably favour the striker there. Yeah, potentially still on pens, but I don't know about that now. I think it could be Eze, but I think I'd just about start Mateta. I think his minutes are going to look better as well, Jeffrey. Like, Obviously had the injury, but they also had the back-to-back doubles, so it all kind of lined up in a bad way for Mateta, and his minutes have been all over the place. But the more I look at it, the more I think his minutes probably look a bit better. Don't get me wrong, Gameweek 37 is a worry, and I'll be selling him then anyway, because it's obviously the FA Cup final on the weekend, and then on Tuesday they play Wolves, and then Gameweek 38 is Liverpool, so I think he's a sell 37, but I think the next two he should be alright. Isak for Mateta. I'm just not sure about buying Isak now. The fixtures don't leap off the page. Like, he's got Chelsea to play, he's got Arsenal. Everton have been pretty good defensively. I think he's never scored in the league against Brighton either in like 5 attempts. Becky says, free transfer from Iwobi to KDB, Kovacic or Savinho, thanks. I was picking one of those three, definitely KDB. Have to be KDB, Becky. Like, Kovacic doesn't really get involved in the goals much. Savinho's been getting benched and coming off early. If you can, I'd wait till near the deadline just in case we get a leak on KDB starting. And if you've got KDB, then obviously just wait around for that to decide what to do with him. Start, bench, sell. Why are you benching Raya? I just thought I'd spread my risk a bit because the clean sheet odds are the same anyway. Those are the Gameweek 35 clean sheet odds. So Arsenal and Villa 33%. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought maybe I'll spread my risk a bit. Maybe that's a bad decision. I don't know. Last game week I did the opposite and I went Saar and 8 Nori. Oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to do a better free hit than that. Last week was just ridiculous. Did anyone get more than 97 last week? I've seen a few 100+ scores. But it's just a bit mad, isn't it? Like, Saar saves a penalty. It was his first double-digit haul since August 2023. And it happens on the free hit. Very lucky. 8 Nori, double-digit haul. Trippier, double digits. Cunha haul. I benched Sessegnon though, so that was a bit of a mare. 85, 103. Nice. You seen Eze's playing a chess tournament? Yeah, I did. Didn't he progress or something? Didn't even know he played chess. I know Salah plays. Says, would you start Saar Rogers? 92-point lead. Thank you. 92, damn. I think you can almost get the champagne out at that point, but yeah, I don't want to call it yet. 92 point. Saar or Rogers? I think Rogers, I would say, just about. Yeah, I think I prefer Rogers. He's been a bit more consistent recently as well, to his credit. Like, so blank, assist, goal, 2 assists, blank, goal. So what's that? 2 blanks in 7? Whereas Saar, God, he's just been an absolute wind-up to own. Pratik says, Savinho to KDB or Bowen. Thank you, legend. I prefer Bowen. KDB is one of those, like, if he does start every remaining game, he's going to be absolutely top class as an FPL asset. But this season, I'm just picking the players that are reliable and safe for minute. So Bowen ticks that box for me. KDB doesn't. So Bowen. No worries. Thanks, Alan. Livramento or Conser, says Charlie. I'll say Conser, Charlie. Better clean sheet odds. Less goal for it, so it kind of balances out a bit. But I would say Conser if I was picking one of those. Kev, 10,000% starts, trust me, says Ben Foster. What, every single game? I'm expecting him to start tonight. But I'm talking about all 4 remaining games in the league. Russell says, can I ask a wildcard 34, bench boost 36 or 37 question without money? What do you mean? You just super chatted to ask that? What do you mean, Russell? You can put it in chat and I'll look for it. You should have put it in your message though. Wildcard 34, a bench boost 36. But what do you mean wildcard 34? That was last week. Are you saying whether to bench boost 36 or 37? Any double gaming news? So, Palace Let me remember it. Palace, Man City, Wolves and Bournemouth won't double. They've moved the game to Tuesday in Gameweek 37, so they won't double. The two teams that still have a little bit of a chance is Aston Villa and Spurs, but it's very, very low chance, I would say. Max says, great stream as always. Thanks for the 8 months as well, Mac. Appreciate that. Why did I join your server on an... Oh, which server's that? I barely use Discord. If it looks like it's me, it's not me. Yeah, did Russell say anything? No. OP Talent says, if I go Saka to Mbeumo, who do I bench from Eze, Sarr, Rodgers or Mateta? Or do I bench Saka and roll? It could be useful to have 2 transfers next week. I think it's just probably worth it, because after Saka probably is benched this game week, he's got Liverpool. So I just think it probably makes sense to sell, and I'd bench... Well, I've got the same combination, I've got Sarr, but it's really 50-50, and I hate all these 50-50s. Sarr versus Mateta, I think it's closer than people are saying. I tweeted about it just before I went live, and everyone said start Mateta. And I hope everyone's right, because I feel like it's proper 50-50 that. Sarr probably gets 90, Mateta could get less than that. Will Malik says, do I bench Concert or Saliba? Well, I've been in a similar position where I've got Martinez and Raya and Saliba. And I've just kind of spread my risk around and I've started Martinez. Because Villa and Arsenal have got the same clean sheet odds, basically. So if you've got Raya in goal, for example, then if you're chasing the upside, then go Saliba, double defence. Or if you want to just spread your risk a bit, then go Konsa, if that makes sense. At this stage of the season, I think decisions are going to partly come down to where you are, what your goals are, right? Like if someone's chasing, then you go Bowen over Mbeumo, that sort of thing. You go Watkins over Wissa. And yeah, the same applies for captaincy as well. Oh, FPL Fellow says, got to start Wan-Bissaka over Bowen, surely. But are you saying that because you're a West Ham fan? Because surely the clean sheet odds are terrible for both, and maybe... Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine you guys keeping a clean sheet, even though Spurs have got Europa. Maybe I'm way off there. Let me poll it. Captain poll results: 42% Mbeumo, 29% Marmish, 13% Salah, 15% other. Let me check the clean sheet odds. So, where's Newcastle? Am I being blind? Oh, there they are. 22%. Oh, they're both 22%. Oh, I don't know. It's just like a gut feeling. Like West Ham, you guys respectfully have just got nothing to play for, really. Like, and you've been in bad form recently. It's hard to imagine you keeping a clean sheet against anyone right now. Whereas Newcastle, I just look at them and they've got Champions League football up for grabs. Like, everything's on the line. I just wonder if that could equate to like a more organised performance, cagey game. Just trying to think about game state as well. Because even when Spurs rotate, they've got like some decent attackers as well in their rotated team. Andrew says in 50-50s go for the better team. Yeah, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. If it's a 50-50, then don't you just favour the player from the far better team? Like, I know, the greatest respect, I know you're a West Ham fan. You guys are like barely escaping relegation, whereas the opposite end of the table, Newcastle were fighting for Champions League. So that was just my gut feeling on that one. Senor Lump says, good evening, Oscar. Wishing you a good gaming. Love you. Thank you very much, Senor Lump. Darius says, Saka to Mbeumo or Saka to Mbeumo and Murphy to Bowen -4. don't know if I'd do that for a -4. I don't hate it. It kind of depends on how your team's looking in 36 as well. Because I think some people are just looking like hits regardless, aren't they, in 36? If you've got multiple problems. I don't think it's worth a hit. I probably wouldn't do it for a -4. I think I'd just do the first move. Like, Murphy's been class. Like, he's returning against anyone right now. I don't think that's worth a hit, but it's one of those. It wouldn't surprise me if Bowen hauls, but I don't think I'd do it for a -4. I would do it for 3. Chris Aso says, I have Raya, bench 1 out of Conservadio, Kivior, and Ruben Diaz. I would bench Kivior. But same answer as before, actually, Chris. Like, if you're chasing upside, then just go double Arsenal defence, because then you're stacking on one fixture. Whereas starting Conser, you're kind of just spreading yourself around. They've got the same clean sheet odds, Arsenal and Villa. You definitely start Vardy and Ruben Diaz, so it's just Conser versus Kivior. If you want to chase the upside, you know, if you're chasing a mini league or rank, then go double Arsenal defence. But if you want to just spread your risk around, then I'd say start Conser. Oh, good luck, Chris. Captain Watkins, eh? Who do you guys reckon is the most bought player this week? Surely it's in Mbumo. But anyone get any guesses? Is there anyone else it could be? Wissa, maybe? I think everyone's selling Saka though, that's the thing. Let's check. 544,000 have bought in Mbumo. Then it's Bowen. Then it's Wissa, Vardy, Marmouche, Rogers, Cunha, Pickford. God, there's some Everton defence climbing up here. That could be painful for rank if they keep the clean sheet. De Bruyne as well. Trossard, Watkins, Mikalenko. 8 Nori. 92,000 have bought 8 Nori before he faces City away. Make that make sense. 347,000 have bought Saka. Sorry, I've sold Saka. Then it's Palmer, Rashford. Yeah, it makes sense to be fair. Like loads of people are selling Saka, Palmer, Rashford, so that's why Mbumo is so high. Mateta. Wow. Cunha. Evan Nilsson, even though he's had his red card rescinded now. I guess he's got Arsenal, but still. Isak. Wow. Even Edzo, how we doing? Oh, I'm sweating so much, my t-shirt's stuck to my back. It's warm here. Rationing the water as well now. I feel like Bear Grylls. I have to drink my own piss. Captain this week, Marmouche. I'm going to sell Saka for Mbumo, and I'll captain Marmouche. So that's the plan. That. $2,100 tuned in. I've only just checked the numbers for the first time. Thank you all for being there. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you are, do drop a cheeky like and make sure you're subscribed as well. It's all completely free. Drinking piss is a whole other type of stream, mate. I just checked for the City Leagues. Nothing at the moment. The deadline's 6:30, right? So, is that right? Is it 6:30? I think so, yeah. So still a bit of time to go. Harry says, bench boost Mateta, Eze, Henderson, Howson, or Wait. The thing is, who are you benching if you use it in another week, right? Because you're probably not going to bench the Palace triple up against Spurs, are you? So it's hard to say about knowing your bench in future weeks. I'd be tempted to get it out of the way if I was you. But it's hard to say about knowing your bench in some of the future game weeks. Because, like, Bournemouth have got a better fixture in 36, and so do Palace, but then you might have a different bench. Why don't you start a podcast called Focal Matter? A stream for the Focal Files. Who are you captaining, Marmouche? Yeah, I think I'd get out of the way, Harry, but it's hard to say 100% without knowing who you'd bench in future weeks. But It's a pretty strong bench, if you ask me. I know Howson's not great, but you never know. You never know. Maybe they keep a clean sheet at the Emirates if Arsenal do massively rotate. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Sterling, Trossard, Waneri front three. Oblivious says, bench Raya or Martinez. You've got both Saliba and Konsa. I would start Raya in that case. Again, going back to that point earlier, when it's a 50-50, back the better team. And ultimately Arsenal are the better team. The London Experience says, bench Salah for Mateta, Crystal Palace triple up, 600k overall rank. No, I wouldn't bench Salah. Definitely not. You got to start Salah every game. Even Arsenal on 30, what was that, 36? So, no, I wouldn't bench Salah. Zelda says, Shada and Mbeumo in for Rashford and Mitoma. Attack the game week. He scored, didn't he, as well, last night? I didn't see the game because I was playing football, but he did score in fairness. Interesting pick. I don't hate it. Wouldn't buy him myself, but why not? And they've got Ipswich. God, I keep forgetting as well. Ipswich, game week 36. Unrelated, how did you make your playlist? Did you use a studio or an app? It sounds so good. Most of this is not my music. This song right now is, but most of it isn't. Most of it's by Harris Heller. But this song is called Fade Into the Sun. Made by me. Glad you like the music though. Sonia Lump says, Isak to Wissa chasing massively. Yeah, if you're chasing massively, then yeah, why not? It's one of those that could go either way. Like, if Isak's, it wouldn't surprise you if he like carries on delivering over the final few weeks, but it also wouldn't surprise you if his season kind of simmers out now. But I think if you're chasing, yeah, it's a sort of move that's worth it. Paredes says, joined late. Welcome, everyone. Who would you sell? Hang on. Who would you sell for recruiting and Mbeumo? Eze, Sarr, or Semenyo? You own Mateta. So do I need to diversify my squad? Start Cash versus Fulham. Music's great, to be honest. Thanks very much. Who would you sell from Mbeumo? Well, if you've got the option to sell Sarr, and you don't have to start Semenyo this week, then I'd sell Sarr. You don't have to diversify. I'm going to keep the Palace triple up for a couple more game weeks, and then I will diversify. Mateta to Wissa for free. Yeah, I like that, Mark. Yeah, I'd start Cash against Fulham. They're third top on clean sheet odds. Not great odds, like 1 in 3 chance, but they are up there. Yeah, if you can sell Sarr, I think that's worth it, as long as you can bench Semenyo. Semenyo's great because he's got Leicester home in 38, and I'm already looking at 38, and I might end up buying Evan Nilsson and Semenyo, or maybe Kluivert. Not sure which yet, but I quite like that Leicester home fixture for them in 38. Like, surely that could be a goal fest. So yeah, I'm looking at that, and I might double up on Bournemouth attack, but anyway, got the first few weeks to figure out. JH says, who would you start and bench and captain? And should I use the triple captain now or wait? Areola, Raya, Burn, Vardy, or Saliba, Konsa, Munoz, Murphy, Salah, and Mbeumo, Sarr, Isak, Mateta. So start and bench. So start Raya, obviously. I would start Vardy or Saliba, Konsa. Oh, hang on, you've got Munoz as well. Munoz, Murphy, Salah, and Mbeumo, Sarr, Isak, Mateta. I would bench Murphy. Bench Areola. Bench Burn. Bench Konsa, is that right? 3-5-2. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Start the rest. What does it say? Unlucky, he chose Evan Nilsson over Cunha because of the double. Do I keep him or sell to Wissa? I have Mbeumo already, but not captain. I like both strikers, by the way. I don't know if I'd sell Evan Nilsson, to be honest. I think I'd keep him for the run-in. Like I was saying, I'm looking to buy him in 38 for Leicester home. So, but if you have to start him this week, then I suppose it's worth it because they've got Arsenal. But otherwise, if you can just bench him, I wouldn't sell him. Just bench him against Arsenal if you can, and then he's great for the final 3. Oh, no worries, Mark. Thanks for the kind words. Any news? Not in terms of leaks, really. Rashford might be back before Gameweek 38, but he's a sell. Haaland's in training. The news widget has disappeared now, so I can't see it now. But there's news on the left-hand side of your screen that rotates in and out. Omzi says, free hit and bench boost when? Great stream. I'd probably free hit... Is it 30... 36? Let me check the fixtures. Yeah, 36. Because Brentford have got Ipswich, so you go Mbumo and Wissa. City have got Southampton, so you triple up on City, probably Marmoush, maybe a midfielder like KDB and Vardiol. Forest have got Leicester, so you go Wood and maybe like double Forest defence. You could hop up your Liverpool and Arsenal assets because they play each other. That's kind of like the core of the free hit. So that's what I would do if I still had it. Free hit in 36. And bench boost. Whenever your bench looks best out of the other 3 game weeks remaining. So if you've got a nice bench this week, use it now. Or use it at 37. I probably wouldn't use it at 38 because you get some rotation then. Henderson or Areola? I'd say Henderson. Who are you captaining? Marmoush. I'm going to sell Saka to Mbumo in a little bit before the deadline. Russell says he's on the wild card. Bench boost 36. Pickford and sells. Okay. Munoz, Vardy, O'Brien. 36. Okay. O'Brien, Williams, Milenkovic. Yeah, okay. KDB as a Asensio. I don't think I'd have Asensio. And Bumo, Bowen, Watkins, Marmoush, Wissa. Or 37. Oh, it's gone. It's cut your message off. Tricky on this because I've not looked at which one would be better for a potential wildcard bench boost combination. If I'm honest, Russell, because I've used my wildcard and bench boost already, so I've not looked specifically at which potential run of games looks better. But given that I said next week looks good for a free hit, I'd probably wildcard now bench boost 36. I think your first combination's better. Probably wouldn't have Asensio in there. I'd rather just get Rodgers or someone like that. Or, you know, you just go for someone like Elanga. Like, he's got Leicester home, hasn't he? So just target that on the bench boost. Or Gibbs White, you know. But yeah, I think that's a nice squad. But yeah, I guess if you tripled up on Forest defence, so you maybe move one. Or just go Asensio to Rodgers rather than the Gibbs White Elanga shout. But yeah, I think you've got it right there. Go with 36, not 37. Between Diaz and Evan Nilsson, you think you're going to bench Diaz? God, it's hard to... It's a difficult one, that, isn't it? Because it's like, does Diaz start against Chelsea now they've got the league wrapped up? Evan Nilsson definitely starts. I think you've probably got that one just about right against the rotated Arsenal. Yeah. JH says, Captain Mbumo or Marmoush, and when should I use the triple captain? I'm on Marmoush captain, but I think Mbumo's great. I think Bowen's nice, De Bruyne's nice, Salah's good. I don't know why the captain widget's got Palmer of 5. Is it still 5? Yeah. I think Salah's great, Isak's great. Triple captain, I'd save it yeah, I wouldn't use it this week. Like, if Haaland is out next week, I'd probably triple captain Marmoush versus Southampton. Because that could be like a 4-0, couldn't it? If Haaland's back, then I think Salah home to Crystal Palace in 38 is nice as well. Either of those come to mind. Any City leaks? I'll check. I don't think we've had anything. No. Nothing at the mo. Martin says, choose one free transfer. You're already owning Bumo. Savinio to Bowen or Mateta to Watkins or Wissa. You enjoy the channel. Thanks very much, Martin. Savinio to Bowen, Mateta to Watkins or Wissa. I think Savinio to Bowen probably makes more sense to do first, because I think I look at Mateta's fixtures. I think he's all right for the next two. Like, Forest have been poor recently. Tottenham, great fixture obviously right now. And then you sell Mateta potentially for Watkins, right? Because if Tottenham do reach the final, then they play midweek after Gameweek 37. So surely they're going to rotate massively in 37. And that's the week where they're away against Villa. So I really like Watkins for the final 2 weeks. And obviously Rashford could be out for the season. There's a chance he's back, but obviously he can't play against United in 38. He's on loan from them. So yeah, I quite like Watkins in 37. And I think, yeah, fix the immediate issues in your team, which is Savinio. It's a good way to play FPL in general. Just fix the immediate issues. Because if you start messing around with transfers elsewhere and leaving your issues in your team, then you have other issues come up, and it just kind of, you have more and more issues compound. That can be what happens. So I think, yeah, deal with Savinio first. He might start, he might get a league, but I think it still makes sense to go there first. Leanne says, you know that feeling when you get not many fantasy points and your weekend is ruined? I think we've all been there, but you have an absolute stinker in FPL. So 61% say start Burn, 39% Wan-Bissaka. Interesting. New poll then. Are you taking a hit this week? None, -4, or -8 or more. Poll is up. Just realised I think I forgot to tweet that I went live, but it looks like you all found me anyway, so thanks all for being here. What makes you go Marmoush against a strong defence system and not Isak, for example? I'll go Salah only because everyone else is going against him. I think Salah's great as well, but I think people are forgetting also Wolves have had a pretty great run of games recently. Like, let me just find the fixtures they've had. So what they've had Leicester, Man United, Spurs, Ipswich, West Ham, Southampton. I mean, come on, that's 6 really nice games in a row. I know like they have massively improved, but that's 6 pretty easy games. I mean, look, let's go back a bit further. Pereira joined there. I think it was a Leicester game. So 2 clean sheets there. Conceded 3 against Newcastle. Conceded 3 against Chelsea. 1-0 loss to Arsenal. 2-1 loss to Liverpool. I don't know. I don't think it's clear cut. I think people are sleeping on Marmoush and potentially on Pens. Entire bottom 7. That's what I mean. It's been a really good run of games. So I think maybe that's, don't know. Maybe it's making us think they've done better than they actually have. That's terrible wording. I think you know what I'm trying to say. They've had like a really good run of games, and they've played extremely well. But would they have 6 games on the bounce if they had the likes of City in there? Probably not. So I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. I think it's this week. It's really close. There's Marmoush, Salah's great, and Bumo's great. Isak's good. Bowen's good. Watkins is good. KDB captain, or is it too crazy? Not if there's a leak he starts. Only if there's a leak that he starts. Otherwise, I'm not a massive fan of that risk. Right, now no leaks at the moment. I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, sorry, Samuel. So in Mbumo, KDB, O'Brien for Saka. Do you not have a space bar, Samuel? Hang on. In Mbumo, KDB, O'Brien for Saka, Iwobi, Milenkovic, -8. Is it worth it? From -8. Saka to Mbumo. I like that as a starting point. So that's for free. Iwobi to KDB, Milenkovic. I can kind of get behind a -4 for KDB if you're selling Iwobi, but I wouldn't take a minus. I mean, I looked at it myself because I've got Burn, not great, away at Brighton, and I looked at it like I could take a -4 for O'Brien, but for that to be worth it, you need that clean sheet this week, or I guess in 37 when they've got a nice game. Could happen. Yeah, I don't know. Not keen on the -8. KDB fine if there's a leak he starts, but I wouldn't take a -8 for O'Brien. Crabworld says Everton will concede. You have a -100 points all season from transfers, but you've made over 300 points from spending points on better players. Fair play. Wake up, FPL Tony. Yeah, hopefully we'll hear from him soon. What we've got, half an hour till deadline or so. Garion says, any advice for those with the triple captain intact? Yeah, I was just saying, Garion, I'd probably use it on Marmish next week if Haaland's out. Or if Haaland's still back, then maybe Salah in 38 on Palace. Gameweek 38 tends to be an absolute goal fest, doesn't it, every season. So I don't mind the Gameweek 38 triple captain either. You know, maybe Arsenal get knocked out of the Champions League. Saka's got Southampton. There's a couple of options there. But yeah, I probably wouldn't use it this week. Koreshi says Saka to Mbumo, Mateta to Wissa, Savinho to Bowen. Pick 2 out of those 3. I would say the first one and the last one. Mateta to Wissa can wait. And you might end up wanting Watkins instead later. I think prioritise Mbumo and Bowen. Prioritise selling Savinho and Saka. Those are the problems, right, for minutes. Mateta we know is going to start at least. Sohan says, hi Oscar, Savinho to Bowen from -4 and bench one of Rodgers and Sarr. Is it worth it? Or just start Sarr and Rodgers no hits? Yeah, I think I'd swerve the hits, Sohan. I'm quite hit adverse though. Like, I don't know if you guys... let me know in chat, what are you like when it comes to hits? Do you love a hit, or do you tend to take like 1 or 2 the whole season, or do you literally go hitless the entire season? I'm personally the type of manager that doesn't take hits because this could just be my experience, but they just rarely come off for me. British rarely takes hits. Yeah, they just rarely come off for me. Carl says avoid at all costs. Robin Hood says you love a good -4. Yeah, I tend to avoid them just because personally from years of playing FPL, they often don't come off when I've taken them. So I try to be more calculated now. Like, I took a hit early in the season to sell Haaland for Salah because, like, the writing was on the wall. If you don't get Salah immediately, you're just in trouble. So I took that hit. And I can't remember what other hits I've taken. Even this season, when I've taken calculated hits, they've not gone that great. Don't think you can see that, can you? No. I took one in 29 and 26. Yeah, I can't remember, but they tend not to work for me, but I'm not very good with hits. Some people have just got a knack for picking the right players and hits, and I'm not one of those people. Are you worried that Saliba will be rested? You've got Timber on the bench. I don't think so. Because who starts? Who will start in centre-back? Who is there? So, going back to that question, I'd just start Rodgers and Sarr, not take the hit. Babby Vamp, Wildcard active, Flecken, Vardio, O'Brien, Burn, Bowen, Rodgers, and Mbumo, Salah, Isak, Wissa and Marmoush, and you've gone sell. Is that Garner Gray on the bench? Milenkovic and Kirkes. Next Gameweek bench boost. Bowen to KDB, Isak to Wood. Surely you haven't got Garner Gray on your bench for a bench boost. Is that who you're saying? Surely not. How much is he? There must be someone else. There must be someone else you can afford. Hasn't he got like Fulham or something next week as well? Yeah, he's got Fulham away. He's 4.8 mil. Are you literally out of money? There must be something we can do here to free up money for that. Maybe not. What if he went, I don't know, Kirkes down to Howson and you still stay on the Bournemouth defence? Or is there someone else? What? Why don't you go... Are you on triple Forest already? I'd go Nico Williams. Nico over Kirkes. He's 4.5 mil. Kirkes is 5. There you go. So that gives you 0.8 mil. 4.8 plus 0.8. Is that 5.6? There's got to be a better midfielder than Garner Gay for 5.6 mil. Like Murphy? Elanga? Oh, you might be on too many Forest then. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Kirkes to Howson, Garner Gay to Elanga. Boom, you've got Elanga home to Forest, home to Leicester. I did that in my video, my last video. I said Wood home to Forest. Sometimes I talk about Tottenham being home to Spurs as well, but I think I'm losing the plot. Too many FPL videos and streams. My brain's melting. Beaker Steve says, on a wild card, Isak or Watkins, great stream. I think it's got to be Watkins on a wild card. Thanks very much, AJC. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think Watkins on a wild card over Isak. Just looking at the final 4 fixtures, like Watkins has way better games. And obviously Rashford is injured as well, so I'd say Watkins. Connor says, Marmoush on less set pieces and probably no pens, KDB. Yeah, that's the thing. It could be KDB, it could be Gundogan on pens. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Marmoush, though. City Leaks Twitter. Okay, I'll take a look in a sec. Varron says, if you had Saka and Foden and one free transfer, what would you do? Top 200k, trying to chase top 100k. You have a kind of template team, Marco 31. Yeah, I think I'd sell Foden first. Yeah. He seems like even more of a problem than Saka. As long as you can bench Saka. Foden to Mbumo. If you haven't got Mbumo, that's what I would do. And bench Saka. Andy says Mateta. Andy, aren't you meant to be streaming? Andy says Mateta for Cunha. Nah, surely not. Are you saying sell Mateta for Cunha? Hello, Marcel. How you doing, mate? Yeah, I haven't made the transfer yet. I'm going to do Saka to Mbumo in a minute, James. I'm just waiting until a little bit nearer the deadline. So Andy, Mateta for Cunha. Nah, I wouldn't sell. The only players I would sell Mateta for are Wissa and Watkins. Not Cunha. Cunha's got City. I say that Cunha will score tonight, but play the fixtures. Jay, thanks for the 6 months. Hey, Oscar. Mateta to Watkins for a free transfer. Yeah, like I was saying actually to Andy's question. For a free transfer, I like it. EF says 2 free transfers. Saka to Mbumo. Who shall I bring in for Sarr? Oh, it depends how much you've got in the bank. Hard to answer that. I don't think Sarr's like a must sell unless you can get Bowen. That's quite nice. If you can get Mbumo and Bowen in, that's 2 really nice moves for the final 4 game weeks. Tej, thanks for the 16 months. Start Kepa or Areola or sell one for Pickford -4. For -4, probably not. Probably not for a hit. Who's got better clean sheet odds? Bournemouth 18%. Areola 22. Yeah, play Areola. Thing is, you take the -4. You need the keepers to concede that you would have played, and you need Pickford to keep a clean sheet to break even. Probably wouldn't do it for a hit. So let me check for leaks then. If we get anything, I still think it'll probably be nearer the deadline for those that are asking. No, nothing at the moment. I'll keep checking. Anything we get, I'll make sure you guys know If we find out before the deadline, you guys will know before the deadline. In the bottom left corner, in the leaks widget, I'll put who starts, who's benched based on leaks. Because yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it myself. Like, I'm captain in Marmoush, so like I'm all over it. Don't worry. I'll send a DM though as well. Let me do that. Two-pronged approach. Right, we'll come back to that. We've got, what, 25 minutes till deadline? Your bench, Saar. Yeah, I mean, it's a really, like... Let me do a poll on that as well, actually. Saar or Mateta. Because maybe I'm wrong with that one. Are you taking a hit this week? 75% aren't. 21% -4. 5% -8 or more. Go with your honest opinion, not just what I've done, because I might be wrong. Saar, Mateta. Alright, poll is up. Get your votes in. Anan says, I'll deadlift my rank in thousands at the end of the season in kilograms. You're currently at 105 kilograms, so you're going to have to hit 105 kg at this rate. Wish me luck. Good luck. So wait, if you finish like top 1k, you have to just lift 1 kg. But what if your season falls apart and you end up 1 million? 1,000 kg lift. Quite a nice idea, that. Good luck. Wish you the best of luck. You're in a good position at 105k. Nev says, hope you're well, Oscar. Great stream as always. I've just signed up for your brilliant app. You should promote it more. Thank you very much, Nev. I do need to promote it more. I always forget. Yeah, if anyone's not got the FPL Focal app, it's free. And if you want to support me for £1.49, there's loads of members benefits that have been added. Like, this is brand new. Articles every game week. Predicted lineups for all 20 teams. You know, my team selection article. I'll be doing this every week. 3 articles a week every season. And then there's some other benefits, like you can change the theme. This is like the app view, but also obviously it works on PC. You can rearrange widgets, so you can like move up, move down. What else? What else can you do? That's about it. No ads. Ad-free experience. But yeah, you get an entire month for free as well. So technically, you could sign up now, get the rest of the season free and cancel. And I don't get anything for that. But what I will say is, next season, because I've hired a developer, the cost is going to go up. So if you want to support me and lock in a legacy price forever, then do it now before it goes up. Because next season it will go up more. Will you not run out of things to talk about with 3 articles a week? No, because it's going to be, to be honest with you, you're going to get the same info from my videos. But some people like the article format more. It'll be the same thing. So team selection, my players to buy. It might even be 4 articles. I might do like my transfer plans one as well. So analysing the weekend's games and my transfer plans every Sunday evening. We'll see. I don't know about this Sunday though, because I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. So I've booked in a potential hangover for Sunday. So we'll see about this Sunday. But yeah, 3 articles a week. Oh, Beardy's here. He says, already did. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Right, where do we get to? A few questions to catch up on. Heike says, hi Oscar, start Diaz or Kyrgios and Murphy or Saar. I would start Diaz and Saar, I would say. I feel like Saar's likelier to get you something and Diaz likelier for a clean sheet. So Diaz and Saar. FPL1 said, hi Oscar, start Munoz or Concest and Saar or Savinho. Again, Munoz, I think he's probably got similar clean sheet odds, but he's just infinitely more attacking than Consa. So I would say Munoz. Luke says, chip strategy for... Hang on, 3 chips still. Triple captain, wildcard, and bench boost still to go. So, wildcard right now, Luke. Wildcard now. Bench boost next week, and triple captain in 37 or 38. God, 3 chips in the final 4. That's crazy. Fair play. You could be in for a really strong end to the season, Luke, with 3 chips still to go. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. Activate your wildcard right now. You've got 20 minutes to sort a team out. I mean, if your team's great this week, obviously you don't have to use it now. You could use it next week. You'll have so many bots if you collab, Oscar. Collab with who? Collab on what? Bots where? Start Sar or Savinho? Sar. Yeah, sorry. So FPL 1 said Sar Savinho. Sar. I'll keep checking for leaks. I mean, I'll be amazed if Marmoush and Vardy don't start. I think they're basically locked. It's just those peripheral players that some people are wondering about. Not peripheral, that's the wrong word. Savinho, I guess, is peripheral. KDB, not so much. We'll get something. 20 mins, just under 20 minutes till deadline. I know a lot of you are like stuck with Savinho and you want to know KDB. Yeah, what are that? I was interested by that question about the bot. What did I miss there? From Mickey Melee, you know. I don't know. What do you mean you get so many bots? Will support next season will depend if you collab. Are you saying you want me to collab with someone on the website? That question's gone straight through me, I'll be honest. But not planning to collab right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have other people doing articles on the website, but I'm not at that stage yet. Like, it's cost me a lot of money to hire a developer to flesh out these new features, like the article system. Oscar, fight in 100 versus Gorilla or stop supporting Arsenal. I think I'd have to get involved in a fight, but I'll just sit back. Right, so Wacker said Mateta to Wissa or Watkins. This one, genuine, I think 50-50 for the final 4, because the next 2 are better for Wissa, the final 2 are better for Watkins. I think Watkins, just about. Watkins just about. He was actually high this week on the goal scorer odds, which caught me by surprise. Those are your Gameweek 35 goal scorer odds. Maybe I'll zoom in so you can read that even better. I know a lot of you watch on mobile. Who's watching a mobile? In fact, let me know. What are you watching this on right now? TV, mobile, PC, or your laptop, I guess. Fat Mike says, leading in the mini league by 15, -4 to go Savinho to Bone, worth it. Depends if you have to play Savinho and if there's a leak that he's benched. I should have. Let me do a poll on that actually. So you're saying starts. Oh, bench star. Sorry, I thought you were all saying that I'd done it wrong. Okay. What are you watching on? Mobile, TV, laptop, PC. What even is there for other? Is there an other? Is there a 4th device I'm not thinking of? Is anyone watching on their smart fridge? Depends who you play, Mike. If you... so there's probably like, how many watching right now? A couple thousand? Maybe there's one viewer. He's just stood there on his fridge watching the fridge door like, bro, what? How did he know? Tablet. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. Sorry, I need to get this question answered for Mike. Savinho to Bone for -4. I probably wouldn't do that unless you have to start Savinho. Then I probably would do it. The microwave. My microwave's got a little LED. There's no way it's YouTube streams. Mbob says play Sar/Rogers or -4-1 for Bowen. No, I wouldn't take a hit to sell either. I'm in the same boat as you and not taking the hit, basically. Captain Mbumo or Wissa from Andy. I like Mbumo more, so I'd say Mbumo. Just because of the penalties and set pieces and stuff. Are you staying hydrated? You haven't had many piss breaks recently. I am, yeah. I've got Tango. I don't know how hydrating that is. What's everyone drinking? Hydration check. Final 15 minutes. Quick hydration check. Everyone have a sip of your water, your drink, your beer, your fizzy drink, whatever you've got. Tango orange. Bex. Nice. Wine. Rob's on the wine. Very nice, Rob. White or red? Or rosé? No Haaland start. Yeah, I mean, Pep said he's not ready, so obviously Haaland doesn't start. Let me flick back over. I've got notifications on anyway as well, so the second we get a leak, I'll let you know. Marmish. Haaland doesn't start, Marmish does. There we go. So there's the first one. Might be the only one. Right, so let me update the widget. Does that mean that Haaland's on the bench? I'll put it there because they've said it, but it's an interesting statement. God, I wonder if he's in the squad. I'll keep an eye if they say anything else about other players. Because I'm on Marmish captain, and that's slightly worrying to see that so last minute. But then I don't know if he's on the bench or not. Let me quote their tweet with a graphic anyway. Right, let me get back to the questions because I missed a few. I think we're going to have to pause super chats. Sorry, guys. Just because I want to work out what to do with my team. I'm so behind as well. Oh, my God. Bench Sar or Murphy? I'd bench Murphy, Egg, though. Thanks for the 1 month, Chisel Planet. Hello, Focal. Would you start Saka or Rogers? I'd start Rogers. Thanks for the 22 months, Elucidus. Hey, Oscar. Last 4 to go. All the best. You too. Wish you all the best. Thanks for the 22 months. Connor says, state of defences for the top captain oppositions, injuries, etc. State of defences. Well, Marmish, I still think Marmish is placing an opponent that could give them a few goals, if I'm honest. But I'd say Bowen, if you want to just target opposition defence. Man United's defence has actually been alright recently. Kano, Saka and Evan Olsen / Mateta to Mbumo Watkins -4. No, just start Mateta. Do the Saka to Mbumo move, not the -4. Ryan says start Sar or Murphy. Sar. John F says plan is to bench boost. Would you do Areola to Pickford from -4 if you're planning to play him over Raya? Gameweek 36 and 37. Love the channel. Yeah, if you're bench boosting him as well, yeah, I'd say that's probably just about worth it, yeah. Well, yeah, because I don't know who your backup keeper is, but you're not going to want to bench boost Areola ideally, so I think that's okay to do that, yeah. Right, I need to make my transfer. Hoping to find out if he's actually in the squad or not, Haaland, because that's... Because if he's in the squad, does he come on? Probably. And does that therefore make Marmish's minutes a bit worse? Whoa, can you hear that? I'll keep refreshing. Don't know if we'll find out anything more on... Oh, Main Road's going to tweet as well. So I'll let you know what he says. I think it's just a lot of people wondering about Foden and KDB. Yeah, nothing at the moment. I mean, in terms of Foden, Savinho, my best guess is they don't start, but KDB would, because KDB got the rest in the FA Cup. But I'm going to keep checking. I've got 10 minutes to go. I need to make my transfer as well, so don't let me forget that. I'll be doing Saka to Mbumo in a minute. Sorry, a bit all over the place here, but getting there. Ewan says, got the assistant manager left. When should I use it and who would you recommend? I would use it this week. If you're chasing Glasner, because he's got the table bonus against Forest, and then he's got Spurs, which isn't bad. If you aren't chasing, then I think Pep's the best. You've got Wolves home, you've got Southampton, and you can make a call in 37. What if the game crashes? Yeah, let me just make the transfer. So Saka and Mbumo. Yeah. Take a screenshot as well. Right, let's go back over here. Any leaks? Need to also post my team before the deadline, as always. Why is that not working? Oh. Yep, still waiting. He's not tweeted anything. I'm sure he will before the deadline. I mean, last game week, I think he tweeted at like 1 minute ahead before the deadline, and I'm hoping he doesn't do that again. That would be painful. Game week 35, Saka. Right, let me catch up on chat. Sorry for the missed messages. Apologies. I'm just trying to juggle a lot in the last 10 minutes. Savinho to KDB. Yeah, if there's a leak like KDB starts, Savinho doesn't, I think that's nice. I like Mbumo and Bowen even more than KDB. If I was buying a midfielder this week, it'd be Mbumo priority number 1, Bowen number 2. If I was buying a forward, I'd say Watkins and Wissa, either of those. Defenders are tricky this week. I probably wouldn't want to spend a transfer at the back if you can help it this week. Still refreshing on the leaks. So far we've had Marmish starts, Haaland doesn't. But it wasn't clear if Haaland's even in the squad or not. I'm sure Pep said Haaland's not ready to play. I think we'll get something in a few minutes. Leakers, hurry. I know. Sitting there in bated breath, isn't it? It's embarrassing. They got us on the edge of our seats waiting for these bloody leaks. My best guess is Foden, Savinho don't. KDB does. And then like Vardy or Marmish. Well, Marmish we know does. Vardy I think will. Like Ruben Diaz should do. If that helps. But we'll see in the next few minutes. But Marmish starts, yeah. Haaland doesn't. But again, we don't know if he's not in the squad or not. I mean, Main Road will tweet something, but I just don't know how close to the deadline. He said, do I tweet at 6:29 PM again? I'm chasing top 10k. He's got to be the people's champ here and tweet, even if it might hurt his rank. Is Moyes a good assistant manager? These are the assistant manager projections. I like Glasner if you're chasing, otherwise go Pep in my opinion. Tony said that Pep's in a meeting. Foden and Savinho not in the last 11 in training. Okay. Predicted points. These are on the default minutes, so he tweeted 30 seconds before the deadline last. Yeah, I know. So yeah, and Mbumo is top this week. He's still down to minutes though. Like Marmish, yeah, maybe 83 is about right. I don't know. Is FPL Review just a bit drunk on Mbumo, or is this a bad captain? I don't know. It's just a gut feeling like that. This is where the amazing run Wolves have been on comes to an end. Triple captain, when to use? I'd use it on Marmish next week if Haaland's not back, or Salah 38, maybe Saka 38. Probably wouldn't use it this week, Amy. Tristan says, play Semenyo or Mateta. Play Mateta, Tristan. So according to that message there, Tony said Pep's in a meeting and Foden and Savinho weren't in the 11 in the last team training. That's all we've got at the moment, and that Marmish starts, Haaland doesn't. Still refreshing. So they're in a meeting right now, this minute. I'll keep checking. The only leak we've had so far is Marmish starts. Let me tweet my team. I'm not going to mess around with. Captaincy now. Gameweek 35. Saka to Mbumo. Good luck all. Boom. Tweeted. Oh, this week, I don't know. Sarr versus Mateta's a 50-50. Raya versus Martinez. Burn versus Wan-Bissaka. I just hope to get on the right side of those. Still refreshing. Rogers or Murphy? Rogers. I'll go Rogers. Looking great as usual. Thanks, Wadey. If anyone's got 50-50 of a keeper, there's a few there. These are the projected or the clean sheet odds. So you see the right column there is your clean sheet odds for this game week. So if you've got two, then just go for whoever's got the high clean sheet odds. Nothing else at the moment. I'm still checking. Yeah, if there's anything else, I'll let you know straight away. Munoz or Burn? Munoz. Tune. Start Eze or Mateta start. I've had to pick one of those three, probably Eze. You have Martinez and Raya, they've got the same odds. Yeah, well in that case you can... Like I've got Saliba, so I've just hedged and I've gone Martinez in a nutshell. So you can do that, or if you're chasing, then you could just stack them on fixture and go double Arsenal defence. That's great as well. KDB starts, Savinho benched. There's the other one. KDB starts, Savinho benched. There's a tweet from Main Road. KDB starts, Savinho bench. So that's the last bit we're going to get. So KDB starts, Marmoush starts, Savinho doesn't start, Haaland doesn't start. That is all the leaks we're going to get. Don't know if that's even going to fit in there. Check my team saved. Marmoush captain, yep. And Savinho doesn't. There we go. So that's not too bad. That's all the leaks we'll get. Marmoush and KDB start. So that's from Lazy FPL Main Road. Haaland doesn't start. Lazy FPL Savinho Main Road as well. I don't have KDB, so that's frightening. And that is the deadline as well. We are there. Good luck. All those of you that are disappearing as soon as this deadline passes, thank you for swinging by. We're going to do predictions as well. So if you want to stick around for that, we're going to do that. And then we'll wrap up. So I'll take slow mode off. Man City versus Wolves. We will start with that. Predictions in the chat. I'm going to take slow mode off. So thanks everyone that swang by if you are about to disappear. But if you'd like to get involved with the predictions, I'm taking slow mode off. So just put your predictions in the chat for the games. I hope the leaks helped you if you are about to shoot off, and I hope you smash it this week. So let's get into the guesses. 2-1, 2-1, 2-all, 3-0. A lot of 2-1s. Really? Aston Villa versus Fulham. Slow mode is off. You should get your guesses in. Let me end this poll as well. Aston Villa versus Fulham. 2-1, 3-1, 1-all, 2-1. Another 2-1. Okay. Everton versus Ipswich. Everton versus Ipswich. Guesses in the chat. Will they keep the clean sheet? I know some people have doubled up. Some even tripled up on the wild card. 0-0. 3-0. 2-0. All right. Leicester versus Southampton. Bit of a dead rubber game, this one, isn't it? Nothing to play for besides pride and maybe putting on a show to teams in the Prem that might want to buy them next season. What are we saying? Leicester versus Southampton. Hopefully it's a nice goal fest. Hopefully it's just a nice watch as a neutral for the fans. They're both going down. They can unite over that. 2-all. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. What do we think? Battle of the relegations. Battle of the relegated. 3-0 to Arsenal. 1-all. 2-1. 1-all. 0-0. Oh, 1-all will be annoying because I've got Saliba, but I've benched Raya, so maybe I'll take Martinez clean sheet. Brentford versus Man United. Good luck to the Mbumo captainers and Wissa buyers especially. Few shader owners as well. What are we saying? Brentford v Man United, who surely rotate before the second leg in the Europa. Do they not? One 0, 1-0, 1-all, 2-0. I think we're gonna have to go 2-0. Brighton versus Newcastle. Just a few left to do. Brighton versus Newcastle. 3-2 to Newcastle. 2-all. 2-1, 3-1. 3-1. Okay. West Ham versus Spurs. Slow mode is off, so you can spam your guesses. 3-1. 3-1 to Spurs. God, that'd be a shocking result for West Ham. Fans would not be happy. 2-0, 2-all. A lot of people saying 2-all. Liverpool, Chelsea versus Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. Sunday evening game, that one. Chelsea versus Liverpool. (2-1 to Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool. Okay. Last one, I think. Yeah. Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. That's on Monday. Wow, that's on Monday as well. God, I'm going to have... Oh, some people are going to have triple Palace. I'll have double Palace to cheer on that one. No Forest players. Last one, Palace versus Forest. What are we saying? One all? Oh, God, that would not be great. Unless, I suppose, if it's like Eze assists Mateta, because I've got both of them. So, that is the deadline. Transfer made. I went Saka to Mbumo. Don't really have anything else to say. We've been going for like 2 and a bit hours, so raid Ross. Let me check if there's anyone to raid. Could raid Ross. Is anyone live here? FPL. I think most people have stopped their stream now. Filters. Yeah, final reminder, while the game updates, if you want to install the FPL Focal app, that is free in the App Store. Don't think there's anyone live that we can raid, so I think we'll leave it there. But thank you always, as always, for tuning into this stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all smash it this game week, especially your captain, especially if you've got players involved tonight. I've lost the chat. I just want to check if there's anything else I've missed. I think that's it. Yeah, cheers, Oscar. Good luck, everyone. Did you get my orange juice? Yeah, I got the orange juice. Thanks for that. Did you update your team on the app? Yep, team's sorted. Well, I do it on the website, not on the app. I don't show my team on the FPL Focal app. It's just articles and stuff on there. But anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks, everyone, as always. Good luck this game week. That's it from me. Focal out.